Where your tape? Right there. No, you don't. Add later. Hello. Where am I? Oh, there I am. I am running late. And I apologize to you. I was trying to help some other people. Anybody know me, that's what my purpose is to do, is to be able to help people. But I am Shenita Jones. I am the Chief Executive Officer with Restoring Lives. Thank you guys for joining us today. We are on Facebook and Instagram Live, and then also our recording will be out on LinkedIn. And so today I am going to talk about mentorship and why we need mentorships for boys. And so Restoring Lives does have a program that is very similar to Be Blue and Girls. And you guys hear about them all the time. But we have started a program very similar to theirs, but it's for boys. It's bold, loving, unique, and empowered. And it is for young boys, 9 to 12 years old. And it is a group mentor. So we have a couple of males in the community, and we interviewed them almost about a month ago that are going to interview, that are going to be in charge as the leaders. And it's about really talking about life skills, learning life skills. And we work with teaching them confidence, working on their character, working on them being confident, working on them being able to cope with what's going on in the world, working on them contributing back to the community, working on them being able to have social skills and to be able to connect with people. And so we think that that is a great set of skill sets that people need, but definitely our youth need, to help them become resilient, to become resilient people, to be able to handle any kind of situations that necessarily may come along in life, and to be able to be creative and find a solution and be able to move forward. And I just think that's a great thing for our youth to have. Why 9 to 12? Because that's the last age, that preteen age, that a lot of youth will listen to adults, that a lot of youth will allow mentors to share and to speak, as I say, life into them, and they will listen. That's also a challenging age, especially as you get closer to 11, 12 years old, that you're beginning to develop as a youth into your own identity, learning how to utilize your critical thinking skills, and then being able to make decisions, and understanding that the decisions that you make are decisions that you have to live with. There are consequences, whether they are positive or negative. There are consequences to the decisions or your actions that you do, and learning how those impact you in your future. For if you do something today, it is impactful tomorrow as well as 10 years from now, depending on what you are doing. So that is kind of the gist of what the program is. Some of the reasons that we do the program. For those of you who do not know, our population of desire to help is the underserved, underprivileged population. Those are people that do not necessarily have the skill set or have barriers in their life that keep them from being able to partake in other areas in life, whether it be employment opportunities, educational opportunities, business opportunities, those kind of things, based off of maybe the geographic location that they live in, maybe the ethnicity that they are, maybe the socioeconomics, maybe the educational background that they come from. So we service the unserved, unprivileged. Sometimes it's defined as the disadvantaged. Sometimes it's defined as the poverty. population. And so we are working along with several other organizations, not only in this town, community, or county or other counties, but in the state, to help try to eliminate the opportunities of poverty in people, but just to decrease, if not eliminate, poverty, underserved, disadvantage. So one of the ways that that can be done is with mental health. And so, I mean, with mentoring. Mental health is another way, but with mentoring. And so one of the things I just kind of want to share and talk to you about, I apologize with you guys. I didn't get my stuff all typed up like I normally do. So you're going to see me look down and look back up at you today as I talk about statistics. But one of those areas that is one of those ethnic groups that we work with that receives lack of opportunity or resources sometimes are African Americans or Blacks. And so one of the things I want to talk about is just the benefits of our Black male youth being able to be in mentors. So a couple of years back, more than a few years back, President Obama started a mentorship called My Brother's Keeper. And so I've been doing some research on My Brother's Keeper and looking at why did that actual initiative become so successful? Why is it being productive? Is there something that I can incorporate in our Be Blue Boys program to help it be successful as well as changing the lives? So one of the components of the My Brother's Keeper was mentorship. And so what it talked about is just some of the ways that it could be impactful. It's just to narrow the gap. When you talked about unserved, underserved, underprivileged, poverty, there's usually a sense of a gap that's there. So they talked about narrowing the gap or eliminating the gap between boys of color, people of color, African-American males, Black males, however you define it. Some of the things they talked about, when we talk about mentorship, from an academic perspective, being able to help them. And so like a statistic that's out there, it says Black male students face over referrals for school disciplinary action and special education. So that means that our African-American males and boys are receiving more referrals and they're receiving more disciplinary actions, and they're more in special education. I mean, there's the documentation in here, and we can list where that stat is coming from for you guys to look at it. In the criminal justice system, there is Black children are 18 times, 18, more likely than non-Hispanic white children to be sentenced as an adult. 18 times. Ooh, that is large, very large. So mentorship we're looking at is trying to help prevent some juvenile delinquencies, to try to help prevent teen pregnancy, to try to help prevent dropout rates, to try to help prevent suicide thoughts and attempts. We are a preventive maintenance mentoring group to prevent us being on the other end and our babies are in the criminal system or in the criminal system as adult. They've tried to attempt suicide or they have been successful in attempting suicide, that they are not teen pregnant. There's not any teen pregnancies or single moms, those kind of things. So that's why we do the mentorship. We definitely want to do that from a male perspective. There's a lot of statistics, especially in African-American males, about delinquency behavior, about sexual active behavior. And so those are things that we're looking at and we're concerned. And we just know we have better skill sets and better places that our kids can use their time and talent. And so I just talked about for mentorship that it increases GPAs in kids, that it decreases, of course, the referrals that are going out, and it teaches them to increase their like their test scores that they have in school. When you look at the social and emotional well-being, it talks about coming out of mentorships that they're more empathetic, They're able to consider their behaviors and the consequences of them, and then take some sense of responsibility. And then really that's what we want. We want that from all of us, to be able to do that. And so just being able to help them have some skill sets that will help them be better. And so think about our male or boys Be Blue program. We'll be dropping the contact information as well as the flyer out there for the opportunity for you to enroll your youth with us. We would love to have them. We are, like I said, starting the male program. We have mentors that are waiting to get started. I am working on some ideas right now strategically of how we want Be Blue girls and boys to look like, and talking to some people in Virginia about a program that they're doing and see about if that'll work here in the Oklahoma area. And so we're just really excited about how we want to take care of changing lives and changing lives of a population that is well-deserved and in need of our time and our talent. And so why do we need to mentor? Because we want to be proactive in making sure that kids are reducing any kind of juvenile delinquency behavior, that the teenage or dropout rate has been decreased, that there are no teen pregnancy would be great, but to decrease teen pregnancy, and then just also decrease suicide rates. We know Oklahoma has a high statistical percentage in those areas. Some of that because we are a poor state, but we have the talent and the ability in this community, and also in the Oklahoma state, that we can be so impactful in turning around people's lives and helping those young men move forward. So we're going to look at being a brother's keeper. So yeah, join Be Blue. Thank you for joining me today. Like, share, let people know. If you have questions, drop your questions down for it. Share with other people about who we are, what we do. We would love to be able to make a difference in your kid's life. If this is a mission that you think other people need to know about, contact us. I'm willing to come out and share with your organization, with your friends, with your families about who we are. If this is a mission that is kind of dear to your heart and you want to see us be able to move forward, we'll drop down ways that you can donate, ways that you can shop and be able to donate with us so that we can be able to continue to move forward in our cause. We just thank you for one, being patient, because I was late, and timing is important. But for two, for continually following us and supporting us and what we do at Be Blue. Stay tuned. We have so many other things that we are working on and excited about, especially with the spring season coming forth. You guys have a great afternoon. I will talk to you later.